one thing I decided I wanted to do was cut down the OD of these washers to the size of the rod. I should have done this, before I parted them off, but I forgot about it. So, they're probably okay the way they are. They're just a little bit larger than OD of the rod, but I'd feel more comfortable, turning them down to the actual size of the rod. So that's what we're going to do right now. And the way we're going to do it, we're going to stick a washer, pretty thick washer behind the bronze washers, and we're going to stick it in the lathe here, and we're just going to friction drive it, which means we're just going to use the pressure of the tailstock, to hold the washers from spinning. We'll have to take light cuts, to keep it from slipping. But I'll zoom in here while we get it set up. So we'll stick the washer in behind there, and we'll crank it in. And we'll just have to. I got both washers on here at the same time, so we'll just have to kind of eyeball them, and get them straight with each other. Which, they don't have to be perfect for this. Because all we're doing is just cutting down the OD. We'll just put some light pressure there, and they're about the same there. So we'll start cutting. Definitely don't want it to distort the washer from the tool bit pressure. Taking about 3 or 4 thousandths at a time off, and feeding in by hand slowly. Okay, I'm going to stop there and grab my calipers, and we'll see how much further we got to go. Measure the rod here real quick. Rod's about 1.5 inches, the big end, so that's what we're going to put the washers at. And we got about 40 thousandths to go. Okay, about 20 more thousandths. Okay, just about right on 1.5 inches. So we'll have to go and deburr these things because they're kind of burred up on the ends now. We'll just go back on the surface plate and do a couple little swipes, and that'll have that smoothed up. But it's about almost the same diameter as the rod now. So that's one way of making some precision brass or bronze washers. I'm sure there's other ways, probably better ways of doing it, but this is what I come up with, and it seemed to work out pretty good. I mean, the washers are flat and they're reasonably accurate, so you know, accurate enough for what we're doing here. So I'm gonna say this job's complete, and we'll get started putting the crank together. Just to save some time today, I went ahead and put the crankshaft together off camera. I'm going to do a video soon on rebuilding crankshaft using my crankshaft assembly fixture. But I wanted to get this crank done today, so I went ahead and just put it together. But I was just I had it on the V-blocks here, checking the run out on it, and it's really close right now. We're only about a thousandths run out, and that's right out of my assembly fixture. I hadn't had to hit it with a brass hammer or anything. It's almost dead on. In most service limits on crankshafts is normally around 2 thousandths, so we're at 1,000, so we're well within the with the service limit. So I'm not even going to touch this crank. I'm going to put it in just like it is. But I'll zoom in here and we'll show you the run out. So you can see it's hardly any off. Actually, it's a little less than 1 thousandths. So and we're checking it right on the journal where the flywheel goes. So we're going to say this job is finished and get ready to start putting the engine together. There's the crank, and with the new thrust washers that we just made. So there's a complete Can-Am 125 crankshaft assembly. So I guess the next video we'll start assembling the engine. Thanks for watching.